I have a group of people that say, if you're not running full plates and suppressor, then you're not ready. And the other group says, if you carry that gear into a courtroom, a DA is going to have a field day with you. The truth? They're both right. But today on Wolverine Prepper, we're going to bridge the gap between prepping for rule of law, where society might be stressed, but the courts are still open, and prepping for SHTF, where the only law is the one that you provide. Let's get into it. All right, before we dive into any of this, I want to make a quick disclaimer. Now, I know that these don't always hold up in court, but I am not a lawyer. I don't have a degree where I've studied law. And in no way does this video constitute as legal advice. Laws are going to vary widely based on state, municipality, especially regarding self-defense. So I would say to always consult someone legal where you're at and understand your rights when it comes to self-defense. Stay tuned to the end of the video, and I'm going to tell you where I stand. This is the world we live in right now, where power might be out, civil arrest might be near, but if you have to defend yourself, there will be a jury. In this world, discretion is a force multiplier. Let's talk about the kit that we should be carrying in our current real-world situation. Now, for me, this is about having a high-quality IFAK, or individual first aid kit. Right here, I'm going to link in the card the video I just did about the 5 things you should be carrying when it comes to medical. And we should be carrying a reliable defensive tool that doesn't scream, I'm looking for a fight. So here is the legal trap. Now, again, I'm not a lawyer, but I have talked to some lawyers about this, and here is the road that they would take if prosecuting this type of situation. If your rifle or your pistol has any type of aggressive engravings or markings on the weapon, like Punisher skulls, come take it, Gadsden flag. Unfortunately, any of these things and also others could really make you look like you're looking to be a vigilante or looking for a fight. This is a gift wrapped up for a prosecutor in rule of law. The gear you carry is evidence of intent. We prep for the threat, but we also prep for the aftermath. De-escalation training and medical training are going to be your best asset here. But like any of the gear you have, if you're not training, then it's not worth anything. So again, like my last video, I would recommend going and finding classes where you can learn de-escalation methods and you can learn medical training. Most cities have a stop the bleed course or some type of first aid course that you can take to help you be better equipped. If you're enjoying this video and you want more content like this, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Now, let's flip the switch. Total collapse. No 911, no courts. In this world, capability is the only law. But this is only 1% of what we prep for. Now in this world, camo and the plates and the night vision, those are essential. You aren't worried about what a jury thinks. You're worried about if your comms are reaching neighbors that they're not supposed to. And if your gear can handle sustained use without hospitals or supply chains. This is the Modern Minuteman territory. And I'm actually going to put in the description my video that I did on my Modern Minuteman loadout. This is about long-term sustainability and what all of our prepping is for. The biggest mistake in choosing one of these sides or the other is you have to have a red line. What is the specific trigger that makes you put down your CCW and put on the plate carrier? You need to be able to answer that question before it actually happens. So my question for you is, where do you draw the line? What's your trigger? Are you more worried about the DA or the disaster? For me, I prep for both. The 99%, which is not societal collapse, and I'm just defending myself and my family, and the 1%, where something does happen and I'm not worried about courts. But again, 99 to 1. So here's what I do. I try to keep things off of my weapons that would make me look like someone that's a vigilante, that makes me look like someone that is looking for a fight. And sadly, there are a lot of patriotic symbols that the world looks at as someone just looking for a fight. But I do own gear quietly in my home that will prep for societal collapse, like plate carriers, gas masks, AR rifles, ammunition, all of these things. Personally, I think it's silly to prep for one or the other. But as people who are prepared citizens, we should be preparing for every situation that could come. Drop a comment below. What do you think about this conversation? I know that this is a highly debated issue, but I really want to know what you think. Put it in the comments. Also, if you like this kind of video, do all the algorithm things. And if you see that hype button, hit that hype button. That lets YouTube know that this is the type of video that people want to see. In the description, I've put some affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but if you ever want to buy any of these items, it would really help the channel. I've even started a Wolverine prepper storefront on Amazon. Go ahead and check it out. But that's going to be it for me today. I want to thank everyone for stopping by, as always. My name is Paul from Wolverine Prepper. Don't just get prepared, stay prepared. God bless you, and God bless the Republic.